Munich is a beautiful city. Filled with history, architecture, and great food, it was one of my favorite places to visit in Bavaria. However, the one thing about the city that had all my heart and will probably have it forever was its historic center of Marienplatz of Munich, Germany. Marienplatz or Mary Square is ancient and one of Munich's most iconic attractions. It has been the city's main square since 12th century and the venue for all sorts of markets, tournaments, and celebrations. Strolling through Marienplatz in Old Town Munich is like walking through 1,000 years of history. There is so much to do and see at Munich's Marienplatz that you can easily spend a day here. In fact, that was what we did during our 8 days in Munich, spent one entire day in Marienplatz. I would still not say that I saw it all. If you are planning to spend just one day in Munich, I highly recommend exploring Marienplatz with this ultimate video guide so that you do not miss out the best that Munich's Central Square has to offer. Let's start off with a little history. Henry III, Duke of Saxony and Bavaria, founded the city of Munich in 1157. Marienplatz, which was the meeting point of many important streets, has functioned as the city's main square ever since. Initially, the square was just called Market or Schranenplatz, which means grain market. It got its current name after a Marion Column was erected here to mark the end of Swedish occupation in 1638. A good bit of Marienplatz was destroyed during World War II. Many medieval buildings were reduced to shambles. Some of them were rebuilt, others were lost forever. A few medieval buildings that you can still see today are the Munich Cathedral, Peterskurst, and Old Town Hall. Today, this old but vibrant public square is one of the best places to visit in Munich and definitely a must-have on every German itinerary. One attraction here is the new town hall, Neues Rathaus. Probably the most impressive building on Marienplatz, the new town hall or Neues Rathaus is a fairly new addition. Apart from being the seat of the city mayor, this is also where FC Bayern Munich holds its victory celebrations. It was built between 1867 to 1909 in impressive Gothic revival style. The facade is tall and long, almost never-ending, which makes it the most dominating structure of the central plaza. It is a good idea to step into the courtyard of the new town hall during weekdays and explore some of its historic rooms. Be sure to check out the observation deck at the top of the tower that provides splendid views of Munich City and Marienplatz. There are elevators here to take you up and you will have to pay a fee. But the views are totally worth it. On the central tower of Neues Rathaus, you will find a two-tiered carillon called Glockenspiel that bursts into life every day at 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Also called the Rathaus Glockenspiel, this mechanical clock is one of Munich's main tourist attractions. Hundreds of visitors, tourists and locals alike, gather below the tower every day to catch a Glockenspiel show at 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. In the summer months, there is also a 5 p.m. show. On the top half of the carillon, you will see the marriage of a Bavarian duke and a joust between knights. In the bottom half, you will see the Cooper's dance, which symbolizes courage in the times of adversity. Right in front of Neues Rathaus is the Marion Column that lends its name to the square. It was built in the year 1638 to celebrate the leaving of Swedish troops after the 30 Years' War in honor of Street Mary, the patroness of Bavaria. A black column which is more than 35 feet tall stands in the middle of Marienplatz. The golden statue of Mary stands on top of it holding Christ child in her left hand and a scepter in her right. This spot is still a place of veneration for locals. You will also notice a small water fountain here that is a popular meeting place. Apparently, in the olden times, there was a fish market at this spot. So the fountain is called Fish Fountain. I could see also a puffed up fish statue on top of the fountain. On the eastern side of Marienplatz, you will notice another impressive structure, the Old Town Hall or Altes Rathaus. Constructed in early 14th century, the town hall has undergone several changes over its lifetime, incorporating Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, and Neo-Gothic styles. The hall includes a medieval city gate called the Talburgtor and a couple of interesting statues, Ludwig of Bavaria on the western facade and Henry the Lion, the same duke who founded Munich, on the eastern facade. Until 1847, Old Town Hall was the seat of city council. Then it fell short of space. Today, it houses a historic toy museum that is filled with model trains, stuffed toys, and doll houses. Next up on the list is the very iconic street Peter's Church on Peterskurst. Many often say this isn't a part of Marienplatz in Munich, but it is so teasingly close that I tend to disagree. Just a minute away from Marienplatz lies Peterskurst, Munich's oldest church. It is a Roman Catholic church from the 11th century that was rebuilt and redecorated several times. The last redesign was probably in the 18th century in the Rococo style, after which it was badly damaged in World War II. Thanks to all restoration efforts, We can see this pretty church in all its glory today. The church has a 300-feet tower, fondly referred to as Altar Peter or Old P, that you can see from anywhere in the city. The best part is you can climb 306 odd steps to get to the viewing platform for some stunning views of the city. Every year, Marienplatz is home to Munich's largest and oldest Christmas market. Whether it is for some fun Christmas shopping, to enjoy mulled wine and other Bavarian delicacies, or to simply look around, do drop by if you are visiting Munich in November to December. Frauenkirche, or the Cathedral Church of Our Lady, is one of the most famous churches in Munich. Its two towers topped by green domes are especially remarkable and make Frauenkirche one of the most iconic Munich landmarks. This impressive late Gothic cathedral was built in the late 15th century. It has more than 20 individual chapels and is the final resting place of many notable Germans, including members of the royal Wittelsbach family. One thing that you should not miss when visiting Frauenkirche is the Devil's Footstep, or a black mark on a tile resembling a footprint. There are some interesting legends behind how this footstep came to be. To the southeast of Marienplatz, you will find a huge local market specializing in fresh food and exotic delicacies. This is the Viktualienmarkt, or Vittles Market of Munich. Sausages, herbs, wine, spices, flowers, fruits, and non-food items abound at Viktualienmarkt. If you are looking to get some souvenirs from Munich, make a stop at this market. If not, you can simply look around, people watch, and eat at one of the many amazing restaurants at the Vittles Market. Some of my favorite restaurants are the Munich Soup Kitchen and Sababa. One of Munich's oldest beer halls, Hofbrauhaus Beer Hall, is just 5 minutes away from Marienplatz. Whether you are a beer enthusiast or a history geek, you are going to love this place. Hofbrauhaus Beer Hall was built in 1589 by a Bavarian duke, which means this brewery is more than 400 years old. Come here for a sip of Hofbrau original or some authentic Bavarian food. Hofbrauhaus will always be there for you. Yes, they are open 365 days a year, 9 a.m., midnight. To the north of Marienplatz lies the beautiful 400-year-old palace of the royal Wittelsbach family called the Munich Residenz. Apparently, this is the largest urban palace in the whole Germany. Well, with 130 rooms, 10 courtyards, a church, and a theater, that statement sounds quite true. Medieval Munich had 7 town gates. 3 of them still survive. They are the Isartor, southeast of Marienplatz, Karlstor in northwest, and Sendlinger Tor southwest. All date from the 14th century and are located within 10 minutes walking from Marienplatz. It is a good idea to stay close to Marienplatz or somewhere in Munich Old Town because that saves a lot on commuting costs. Marienplatz is located in the heart of Munich Altstadt, Old Town. The exact address of the square is 80,331 Munich. The square is serviced by the Marienplatz station. Hence, it is easiest to get here by train. Both S-Bahn or S1, S2, S3, S4, S6, S7, and S8 local trains and U-Bahn such as U3 and U6 subway lines trains make stops here. If you need to get to Marienplatz from Munich Airport, you should be looking at S1 and S8 trains. From Munich Central Station, S1, S3, S4, and S8 are good. The easiest and best way to get around Marienplatz is on foot. Everything is at a walkable distance from the Marienplatz station, and it is wonderful to experience the hustle and bustle of this old town square on your feet.